Hi, this video is about how to listen and how important it is to listen to all the signs and observe the signals that life and sometimes ourselves, our body, emotional systems, our mind are sending us all the time. And how crucial it is to help you adapt to exactly what you need so that you are in harmony. I'm Edouard Brault. I'm your host and your source energy activator, and welcome to this video. So we are facing very important times. Some call it biblical times, because yes, we are shifting from an old civilization that is never ceasing to fade away and die out, which is represented by this whole world that we've been studying in our history books and observing in the newspapers and medias in the last decades, and the beginning of a new civilization which will be full of hope and of course which will be the result of what we create. But we already start to understand that this new civilization will be based on new fundamentals, like much more love. There will be, of course, an incredible presence and influence by the women in this world, because we just came out from thousands of years of terrible male domination, and now women in most part of the world, and you will see little by little, it will be everywhere, start to play the role they should have always have played. And it's as you can observe it, they do it, this rise in influence, they experience it in very big piece. And we're very lucky, us men, about this. Both reasons. But also because we have a new way to raise our kids with much more love and care and consideration for their playfulness, their joy, and the balance that they need. Remember, just a few decades ago, we didn't know how to raise kids, and adults were just not spending time with them. And you could see that in the faces of the kids in these black and white pictures of the first half of the 20th century. It was terrible. You could see these kids like they were already facing the terrible future. You could see that in their dim faces. Well, all this is changing, and there's many other reasons. One of the reasons is also because we understand that we need to do whatever it takes to save this planet and to make our environment and ecosystems, including our own human and city ecosystems, viable. So all these reasons and many others push the whole humanity towards a new civilization. And it creates a whole chaos, let's say, in the atmosphere in terms of energy. There's a mix, like scrambling of energies between the old vibrations that come to the surface with all the chaos, all the sadness, the depressions, the frustrations, you name it, belonging to the old system and the old ways of functioning of the human being, and the new vibe that is coming with much more flow, which is much more relaxed, much more intimate also, and balanced and wise. Again, we could make a whole list about the values of this new world. And this mix, this crossing of these two civilizations put you in extreme situations sometimes in your daily life, because your own ecosystem, your own aura and energy structure is facing this scrambling of energies and experiencing it all the time, every day, day and night. When you sleep at night, you're in touch. Some people, for instance, say that they have dreams of war in Europe because of the current situation between Ukraine and Russia that also involves the West. Other people are depressed or feel lost. We are all at this moment, even the most isolated person in the countryside, that's what I used to say already 2 years ago, we are all facing this rise of the new energy and the dying of the old energy. and we all are facing our own image, or we could say our own demons, because we have these negative memories, very heavy densities inside of us that we need to face so that we can understand them, we can see how they function, how they bring us depression, loss, sadness, fear, blockages. And once we understand them, so that we know how to deal with them or digest them. You understand that this system, which is universal and which corresponds to how we ingest and digest and then distribute the nutrients in our body and get rid of the waste, is something absolutely universal for the human being and for all living presence on this planet. And so that you can be you can adapt to these circumstances, you have some help, which is represented by the signs and the signals. Signs can come from your body. Your body wants to eat better or less, or maybe more. Your body wants to be respected, requires more sport. And which part of your body shows aches, pains, tensions? Do you take care of your body enough? For instance, I go for massages at least once a week, and then I see which part of my body needs the care and needs to be more relaxed. Also, do you need to sleep maybe more or maybe less and procrastinate less? Your body, which is in connection with your emotions and your mind, will send you signals all the time as to what to do. And if you listen to that, well, the result, of course, is that you're in better health. If you don't, it will make the signs more dramatic, and the pressure you will get from it will be less and less easy to cope with. So the earliest we listen to these signs, the earliest we can find the balance that we need. You understand also that in this new civilization, balance or harmony is a key element. Before, it was only about power. I'm talking about really the old civilization, but the old civilization throughout our leaders, political and economical leaders, is still here, very, very present. It's about power, it's about conquest, it's about pure ego, it's about defending a flag or nationality, or defending the national industry against another industry from another country. It's about domination. Only the fittest survive. This is totally obsolete. This Darwinian, by the way, I will make a video one day about Darwin. This Darwinian theory is absolutely obsolete because it doesn't take into consideration the fact that, for instance, the animals, which Darwin observed so much, are helping each other and showing amongst their own tribes immense love, support, solidarity that help them survive and that help them thrive. And we are going towards this more feminine values of the civilization, including more love, more solidarity, the need to be more selfless and much less selfish. So not just thinking of ourselves, kids, wife, husband, but also the rest of the world, and acting in respect of this harmony that we need to create in our lives, but outside. So to get back to the signs, you can have signs from your emotional system. For instance, if you have fear or if you have sadness or depression that comes regularly, these are signals that tell you something about memories, for instance, that are inside of you, maybe that are related to past events from your childhood, past traumas, but also maybe about a current situation that you need to address. These circumstances and always, when they become pressing, always send signs. And as in our example, they can be an emotion. If you have fear, then it's necessary to face it. I will one day make a video, and especially if you ask me in comment, I will make a video on how to face negative emotions so that you can understand them, nearly question them, and get over them, digest them, or manage them, and then get rid of them. They need to be overcome. As long as you ignore them, they will come back with more and more insistence. Another type of sign can be mental. It can be a song that is constantly in your mind. What does this song represent for you? What are the lyrics of this song? But in a more evolved way than just this mental radio that comes to our mind when we don't meditate enough. And by the way, you can get rid of it when you meditate, which is amazing, because otherwise, for instance, in my case, I always had this mental radio and it was exhausting. It was close to a nightmare, and I got rid of it through meditation. So in a more evolved way, you can also have recurring or repetitive thoughts about a person, about a situation. And this, again, is some help that your mental is sending to you to tell you you need to address this topic. This video, I needed to do it. I know it's pretty simple, but in fact, most people don't listen to their body and to their emotions. I even wrote a whole chapter in my book, which is called Milliardaire de Lumière, Billionaire of Light. In English, it's in 3 languages already. You can find it on Amazon. And there's a whole chapter on how to listen to your body. Because if you can keep your health, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health at top level, because you are responsive to this dialogue that your body, your emotions, mind, and spirit are sending to you. And sometimes it's also the outside world through people or through incidents happening to you that keep on telling you, wake up. You need to address this situation. You need to react. You need to grow in this field. Unless you respond to this, you getting towards some trouble. And if you do respond to it, you manage to create pure harmony in your life. This is something, of course, I try to do all the time. And I don't hear so many people talk about it, and it's a video I was seeing from some very interesting YouTubers who make some regressive hypnosis, and they were mentioning the fact to listen to them, to their own sign and to themselves. They just mentioned that during 10 seconds, and I thought it was very important to make this video because yes, if you don't, sometimes your body can become sick. And this is the first stage, because becoming sick, having a flu, for instance, the normal flu, or any kind of non-dramatic, non-advanced sickness that forces you to be in the bed during 1-2 days or 1-2 weeks. These small sicknesses are ways for your body to tell you that you need to stop, that you need to relax, that you need to rest and recharge. And most people, and you know, through my job, I take care of a lot of people, so I talk every day to people and get a lot of information from this conversation. Most people do not accept to be sick and to have a little flu or to need to be in the bed during 2 or 3 days. They think it's a waste of time. They're not working, they're not making money during that time. And it's dramatic because they are just despising their body and their health and balance. And even though they are resting during 2 or 3 days until they recover, Well, the body is not satisfied, or there's something inside of them that is not satisfied because they did nothing to try to find the reason why they were sick. I hope this is helping you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and to put the thumbs up. And I see you soon for another video on a concrete topic, bringing love, abundance, and happiness in your life. See you.